Hello everybody and welcome back to Aurora 4X. I of course am Siberian, and today we're going to be continuing on with seeing what we can do about bringing this population under our control. Now, first things first, I did fix the genome sequencing, so our biologists do actually have something to do. Although, hang on, are we actually expanding terraforming? I believe we are over here. Yes, okay, good. Yeah, so we do actually have genome sequencing back, which is great. In the meantime, we got tech going. I did also order 2 additional Voyagers, and our Wyvern squadron is almost completed, which is good. We're basically just kind of slowly trundling along. So at the moment, we don't really have too much to do because we are waiting to find something. Although now, so while we are cycling through, let's talk about Nebula. Calgary, where are you? Here we are. Okay, so the first and most obvious thing is this thing up here. Nebula, all ships in a nebula have limited speed, which is based on their armor level. Now, this is maximum speed, so a ship with 2 layers of armor will have 2 times this level of maximum speed, so about 1250 kilometers a second. The higher the level of the nebula, the less speed each level of armor gives you. There is our Wyverns. So that's the most obvious thing. Ships in nebula are slow, very, very slow. Most importantly, very lightly armored ships in nebula are slow, which means if you see a ship in a nebula running around, it's going to have a lot of armor. Interestingly enough, it also gives you a minimum baseline of how much armor a ship actually has. If you see a ship in a level 4 nebula running around at 8,000 kilometers a second, it's going to have a lot of armor on it, at least 10 layers. So that's something to keep in mind. Oh, Cargo Brisbane's done. Let's go and set you up with new orders. Load lines and use that. And you know what? Just cycle for now. Okay. So that's the first thing to remember with Nebula. The second thing to remember in Nebula is that now I can't remember the exact details, but the sensors are severely weakened. They are negatively affected by Nebula. Not too much, but what's much more important is that missile fire controls don't work in Nebula. So basically, missiles cannot be used in a nebula. What this means is that you now have very heavily armored warships running around at relatively low speed with no ability to fire except with guns. Fighters are basically worthless because you can't put enough armor on them to give them enough evasion to make them actually survive any kind of encounter. So essentially, Shoalwater is done. That means that where are you? You're in Ipswich. Always so damn tired. Ipswich up here. Okay, we have a jump path to Ipswich. Why did we want to go to Ipswich? I think there was some nice rocks over there. Where the hell is... There it is. Right, anomaly and installation. Which anomaly was it? Energy weapons. Okay, no, we just wanted the installations. All right. So first things first. Let's stick a Xeno team. you. No, you. Not you. 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 Not you. You. And you. Okay, we have got to scrap the savers. They're junk. Great team. Savior. Scrap. Okay, we have to undock them first. Cool. Savior, 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 savior. Launch, launch. Scrap. That's dangerous. Scraps all types. Rightio. Okay. Hang on. Do we have fuel running? Yes, we do have fuel running. Okay. Nothing else of major importance except I will get. I will get one of these grunts to run. Actually, better idea. You guys, let me know when you get to Australia. I want to get some. I want to get our construction brigades from Melbourne to up there for dismantling. Okay. Barricade and cactus. Yeah, of course they're being slow. Equals fuel for now. Did we not refuel? I'm sure we refueled. Oh well. Where was I? Right. So, guns only. Fighters are worthless because they don't have enough armor. Missiles are worthless because you can't use them. So, essentially, it's a bit of a shitstorm, all things considered. So, Nebula are problematic. The other big problem with Nebula is that civilians will pretty much never go into one. Ever. They do not go into a nebula, mainly because when a ship comes out of a nebula, if it was running at less than max speed, it will remain at that speed, and then you're stuck with civilians being slow forever. So civilians will never, ever, ever enter a nebula under any circumstances. The AI is specifically told to not do that. So that's another issue. So basically, if you want a colony in a nebula, apart from the fact that it's going to be practically blind, you're going to have to build the colony entirely 100% yourself. And that's a lot of micro. Thankfully, I think mass drivers do work in a nebula. But still, you essentially need custom designed ships to fight in a nebula. So nebula are super duper annoying, super duper problematic, and if you can avoid them, do so. All that said, they can be incredibly interesting to play in because they require a completely different mentality almost. Because, like, you can't rely on having long range. You can't rely on having so many things that you just don't get when you have basically whatever you want. Like, you don't have access to all these weapons that just don't work in a nebula. So, swing construction. Yeah. Did you guys not drop off any troops on Melbourne? I thought I told us to drop off troops in Melbourne. Oh Oh no, they did. Okay. Our carrier group has arrived. Excellent. Running overhauls. Good. Get you back into full gear. Into full function. Gonna unload all the troops onto Australia. $75% of a stream Mark III left to do. People Mover has completed orders. Excellent. Let's just check for task groups that might be empty. Alright, James Cook is empty. Delete. Okay, good. Alright, TG2 has completed orders. Excellent. I'm going to rename these guys to Army Group 2. Now, what we want is load ground unit. We are going to load 1 heavy assault battalion. Actually, no, because that way we can load all of them. Okay, never mind that. Let's go straight to Melbourne. Load ground unit, and we are going to load construction brigades. We can load 6, 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We need 2 more grunts. Can we transfer 2 grunts from carrier group? No, but what about... we don't have the army group here yet. Carriers don't carry enough. Okay, so we're just 2 short, 2 construction brigades short. How far off is army transport? They're in Newcastle. They're still months away. Ugh. Okay, you guys can just go. It's the convicts that are slowing them down, because the grunts can do 3,500, and the grunts Mark IIs can do a little bit faster. If I remember correctly. Not much faster, but like tiny little bit faster. Okay. Go! Load up! Okay, exploration of Jump Point in Townsville has discovered a system called Alice, now called Alice Springs. Just like the real Alice Springs, it's a little bit of a hole. Used to be a lovely place. Or so I hear. Geological, well, there is nothing to geologically survey. So, gravitational. 5,000 tons added to Patterson James, which is now in line with 20k. Let's stick another 5,000 tons. Mineral shortage, ground for, yeah. That's just fine. Where'd it come from? Through Townsville, right? Yeah. Save. No. Okay. Keep on going. That's a big system, though. Nothing new. Keep going. Okay. Bendigo has discovered Fremantle. Fremantle has 3 decent dwarf planets. And that's about it. Okay. Save. Alright, well, let's keep on going then. Yeah, so we've got 3 kind of mediocre planets, nothing too special. Now, it doesn't mean that we won't run into anything, because it's a relatively smallish system, looks like. Melbourne is right out of Galisite. Ugh. Because of course it's out of Galisite. No neutronium being harvested either in Victoria. So neutronium and Galisite are basically the only ones that actually need to be shipped in, and like neutronium is 17 a year compared to 130 Galisite. So neutronium and Galisite, like, they're basically almost nothing. So what I might do is I'm going to set this guy. Once he's done, Melbourne Supply. Once this is done, I'm going to get him to run over and just ship small amounts of minerals between Australia and Melbourne. What's the total ETA on them? Oh, jeez, that's over a year. Okay, where the hell is 2004 XR190? there. $8.6 billion kilometers. 16 billion kilometer round trip. Bloody hell. You know what? Can the mass drivers even run that far? No, I can't. I cannot accept taking a year and a half to get out there. So, how far? You're almost there. Okay. Deliver it, come back, and then we're going to give you new orders. We're going to send a more better equipped supply ship. Because, bloody hell. I know asteroid miners are going to take over a year to get there. Do they even have the fuel for it? Nah, they do. They got plenty of fuel. 20 billion kilometers. Yeah. No, they have the range. It's just a bit ridiculous how long it's going to take to get there. Probably should have taken a closer look at how big the system actually is. Yeah, well, and where it is. No, ore runners are back. What do you guys brought me? Cobamide and Macassium. Cool. Almost 100,000 Macassium. I am very pleased with that. You could probably pump out a giant number of labs now. Might do, actually. Maybe like 10, 15 labs. Yeah, I said giant and then 10, 15, but population, worker population, is an issue. It is something to keep track of. Yeah, 30 million. We can only build like 30 at most, and then we're basically out. Okay. You know what? Might be faster just build another hauler. April, March, April, February, March. Yeah, it's going to take 2 months to build a hauler. And it's going to take it almost, how long? 16 days just to get there and then back. So, what's the ETA on you? Total ETA is 93. It's going to take it's going to be faster to just build a new freighter. By the way, we need more freighters. Bloody hell. Halfway there. Gas shortages in Victoria, not in Seoul, so not in Australia, so we're fine. We do now have high usage of gallicite, but we have supply ships running, so it's fine. We're doing well, all things considered. I may have to make a liar out of myself from yesterday. Considering there's relatively little happening and I'm not running full-on educational blocks like I used to at the beginning of the series, I might make this another short episode. Because we're approaching the half-hour mark in a couple of minutes, so... oh, good. Shore leave. Complete. Excellent. Anything else? Minerals discovered in Fremantle. And that's it. Yeah. Yeah, I'm probably going to make this a short episode. Because people do get annoyed at 1 hour episodes, and it does also take a pretty large chunk out of my day to make these, and rendering is longer and they're bigger episodes, and like at the moment there's not really as much going on as I would like. I'll most likely bump it back up to an hour once it actually gets more interesting. Where are we going? Like, spending an hour episode on a big battle, easy. I'm more than happy to do that. Spending an hour on very little activity at all, less inclined to do that. Hang on, where was that? Newcastle. Where the fuck is Newcastle? Ah, that's the other way. That's on the way to Southport. Okay, we might send 2 over to Southport because 25 installations there. That they'll dig it up quick enough. Actually, considering we don't actually know what's over there, I don't want to send the bulk of our dudes. So we'll just stay where they are for the time being. Actually, no. Send them to Newcastle. Unload ground unit. But just 25th, 26th, 27th. Just the 3 of them for now. Ah, fuck it. Okay, all of them. Just drop everyone. Because that way they might just get it done and over with. Yeah, just get it done. You know, because if they just get everything dug up, then I don't have to split the actual digging capability. I can just send everyone up there. And who knows, they might take like a year or 2 to finish surveying Ipswich anyway. So, we'll see. Okay, so, yeah, nothing too fantastic going on. 40% time cost saving on shipyards. Yay! Started construction rate, much nicer. 5,000 ton capacity added, so you stick another 5,000. Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna make another short episode. Gonna cut the episode here. Hopefully something more entertaining, more interesting will happen in the next one. And yes, I am fully aware that having longer episodes where nothing's happening will lead to more entertaining things happening in fewer episodes. But like I said, it's a long amount of time to ask people to watch an episode where nothing really entertaining happens. So we're gonna try this new half-hour format for a little while and see how it goes. At least until we run into more aliens. So yeah. Okay. So putting a break now. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.